Hello guys, in the previous video we have discussed about air, right? So at that time we had already discussed that how much percentage of air, that means how much percentage of carbon dioxide, then oxygen which was 21%, nitrogen was 78%, and dust particles, smoke which was also present in air, right? Then we have learnt about one activity that air is everywhere. So today we are going to learn about the oxygen. That means oxygen is required for all the living things, right? Because in our respiration process oxygen is required to release energy. So how much percentage of oxygen is present in air? It is 21%, right? And without oxygen no one living things can survive. No animal, bacteria, plants also need little oxygen, and aquatic animals also. None of can survive without the oxygen. So today let's discuss about the oxygen cycle. So guys, there is one question that how oxygen is useful to our body. That we know that respiration, by the respiration process we use oxygen, but question is how oxygen is useful in our body, how it releases energy, right? So try to find out this question. So guys, let's discuss about the oxygen cycle. So what is the meaning of oxygen cycle? Oxygen cycle, that means how oxygen has been produced and converted from one consumer to another consumer. It is useful in a such a way, right? So first of all let's discuss about the plant. So in the chapter number 7, things around us, and in chapter number 8, getting to know plants, in this both the chapters we have discussed about the photosynthesis process. So what is the meaning of photosynthesis process? So it is that in the presence of carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll, green plants can manufacture their own food, right, and releases oxygen. So this process is called as photosynthesis process. So first of all, plant release oxygen during the photosynthesis process. Then out of this oxygen, plants also need little oxygen for the respiration process. So what is respiration? So here is respiration. So respiration means exchange of gases, that means carbon dioxide and oxygen का exchange is through the stomata. This is called as respiration process. By this way oxygen is required to plant, but by the photosynthesis it releases oxygen. Now then what happens? Whatever oxygen is released, it is useful for the combustion process. Now what is combustion? Combustion, that means when we burn any substances, when we burn any fuel like coal, petrol, diesel, kerosene, wood, or in factories. So in factories, by the combustion this oxygen is useful, because in the absence of oxygen combustion will not be take place, right? So it is useful in factories also. Then factory releases carbon dioxide and monoxide in smoke, right? Now next one, whatever oxygen has been released here which is useful, this is oxygen O2, right? This is also useful for the animals. So animals, that means humans and all the animals absorb oxygen which is present in air for the respiration process, for the breathing process. Now What is respiration? So respiration, that means when we absorb air in our lungs absorbs oxygen, and this oxygen will be dissolved in blood, right? Then we always, every day we are used to take food. So by our stomach, this food will be digested and will be absorbed by stomach and intestine. That means वो जो भी लिक्विड सब्सटेंसेस है वो ब्लड में मिक्स हो जाएगा, और लंग्स में से निकलने वाला ऑक्सीजन वो भी ब्लड में मिक्स हो जाएगा. देन देयर विल बी केमिकल प्रोसेस बिटवीन ऑक्सीजन एंड दिस एनर्जी रिलीज. जो एनर्जी रिलीज होने वाली है जो फूड में से, वो लिक्विड सब्सटेंसेस दोनों मिक्स होंगे. देन विल बी केमिकल प्रोसेस, एंड बाय दिस केमिकल प्रोसेस energy will be released and carbon dioxide will be released also, right? So again this carbon dioxide will be exhausted by human by nose, right, inside in the air, and again this carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the plant. Again plant will release oxygen, again human will take this oxygen and release carbon dioxide, again plant will use this carbon dioxide. So this is the process by which oxygen cycle will be take place, right? So this process is known as oxygen cycle. And how oxygen is affected? It affects on metal. So oxygen is, in the presence of oxygen there will be rusting. That means corrosion of iron. आयन के ऊपर रस्ट लगता है, राइट? आयन काट खा जाता है, इज कॉल्ड एस. दैट मीन्स कि रस्टिंग ऑफ आयन और रस्टिंग ऑफ मेटल विल बी ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. एंड ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन there are bacteria, right? This bacteria decomposes plant and animals. That means ki dead plant and dead animals into the soil. So and releases carbon dioxide by the respiration process. So this is called as oxygen cycle. Now let's see today's homework. Take out MCQs in exercise. Solve MCQ number 3 in textbook. Then turn your page. Take out long question answers. So here first question is, with the help of a diagram describe the oxygen cycle. So guys, draw this diagram of oxygen cycle. No need to draw pictures, just write down the names of the pictures, right? Like factory and human, animals, then plant, trees, right? That just draw in a circle and write down the name of this all in circle and just make arrow, right? You can write in your fair notebook. No need to Okay guys, now come on the long question answers. So first question is, with the help of a diagram describe the oxygen cycle. So you have to draw the oxygen cycle and describe in fair notebook, right? Here students no need to draw the pictures of factories and all that things, right? Just write down the name of that, like plant, animals, humans, right, and factory. Write down the name and circle on it and make arrow. Okay guys, thank you, have a nice day.